I know it's been a while since you heard from me. I just finished 3 books. Rachel hasn't even finished her first book yet. I'm still on track because I'm the enforcer. So first book I finished reading was Feathered, which was really good. Although it kind of disappointed me a little bit because the book is basically, it's about these 3 girls, and it's their senior year in high school, and they go down to Cancun for spring break, and you know that's never good. And it's basically, the moral of the book is don't trust strangers. This is a spoiler. The first stranger, like, he wasn't even bad. He was a good guy. It's the second stranger that they trust. The first stranger they take a car ride from, they get water from, blah, 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 and he's the nice guy, and they think he's going to be a creep, so they decide to take a ride from another set of strangers, which makes no sense whatsoever, and it kind of angered me. And then the one girl gets raped and beat up and thrown on the side of the woods, and the other one escapes and runs away and runs back to the hotel and finds the third one, and then they fly home together, and or they get people down there, and I was very angered. Very, very, very angered by that it was the second stranger. I mean, if someone's gonna kidnap you, why can't it be the first stranger? Like, so the point is basically going across, well, you can trust, like, old, nice, creepy guys, but you can't trust young teenage boys. That was basically the moral of the story. It was the teenage boys that were the assholes, but it wasn't the old, creepy guy. What? That makes no sense. How does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. Alright. The next book I read was TheLovelyBones, which was actually a summer reading book for me. And TheLovelyBones was kind of depressing. TheLovelyBones, it was really, really good. It kept me wanting to go more and read more, find out more, and I felt really bad for the girl who's narrating the book. But I could not get over the fact that the guy who kills her is just, like, I can't get over the fact that she was so stupid to follow him underground and kill her. And this isn't really a spoiler because it happens within the first couple pages of the book, so I really don't count that as a spoiler because it's not telling you the ending of the book. And you all know what happens. So, I couldn't believe it. Maybe that's because, like, rapists and stuff like that wasn't so common, and when it did happen, nobody really talked about it. And that was the thing I liked about this book, was that they actually talked about what happened, and the whole community knew, and everyone knew, and some people were trying to figure it out, and I liked that. Little things in the book agitated me, just like that the wife cheats on her husband, and the daughter sees it all in heaven. Alright, and then I just finished MySistersKeeper, which is also on my list for summer reading. And I've read the book before, and I really, really love that book. I love the way it ends. Well, when I first read it, the very first time I read it, I was angry at the way it ended. I actually threw the book, and I was in the car, and it went flying from the back seat into the front seat, and my mom flipped out on me. But I love that book, and I was disappointed in the movie when I saw the movie. Like, some people say, you know, you're supposed to sympathize with the mother in the book, but I don't sympathize with her at all. Because, like, that's completely wrong to favor one child over another. Like, if you're going to be a parent like that, then you shouldn't have many kids. If you want to favor one child, you should only have one child. I thought that was a little selfish of them to have Anna that way. But then again, I understand that she wants to save her daughter. But there comes a point wherein a line is crossed, like a kidney. Like, are you going to ask a 13-year-old to give up her kidney to save her sister? I don't know. Like, I know she says, oh, it's not that big of a deal, but if you only have one kidney, you can't do a lot of stuff. Like, she couldn't play hockey, she couldn't, which is what she liked to do, she couldn't have a child in the future. Or she could, but it would be really, really hard. then again, I would feel like a complete jerk face if I didn't give up my kidney to save a sibling and the sibling died because of it. But I think what really puts like the book in perspective is I love the way that it's written. And it's from different people's perspective, and it changes. And not only is it Anna's perspective and her mom's perspective, but it's also her father, her brother, her sister, her lawyer. So leave comments about the books if you've ever read them, if you want to read them, whatever. And I don't know when I'll make my next video. I'll probably read a couple books. So just go 2 weeks and look for Rachel's.